I'll start with some simple data in Excel. My first small recommendation here is if you're just loading data from Excel into Power BI, convert your tables into Excel tables like here, so it's press on a normal table, just press Control T and try to convert all your tables to Excel tables like this. It's kind of I think works best with Power BI. It's clean and you know where your data is, and it's an actual table and so on. So right now let me open. Now I'll just open an empty Power BI report, and in this report, this is just an empty page with some titles, and these are just some empty text boxes that I prepared in advance. I have my Zebra BI visuals here, so we have two visuals that we'll use, and we'll start by getting the data out of Excel. Here, just connect to my Excel. So this is my first file here. We'll just quickly load the first table. Here you see these are the worksheets. There are 3 worksheets, and these are the tables. You need to be careful because this design here is quite similar, right? So I'll just load my first table, right? So I have my accounts, and I have data for 2 years, and I also added the account ID, which is basically just the sort order of the accounts, right? Because as we'll see, of course, the order of the elements of the income statement is very important in any presentation of the income statement. So, of course, you want to get your order right from the gross revenue down to gross margins, and then at the end the income and so on, right? So this is my first, these are now the Zebra BI Power Tables. I have my 2 columns here. This is really simple now, so I'll add the 2018, so these are my actual values, and I will compare this to previous years, 2017, right? So this is now in the field of previous year. Now I'll just split this by account. All right, and as you see, the Zebra BI visuals, of course, already calculate all the variances. This is the absolute variance, this is the relative variance, so the growth rates from previous year. This is all done, but we need to fix a few things here. So first of all, the order of accounts. Now everything is ordered by the actual. Well, the first reason for that is that the Zebra BI visual, this one, will sort by the actual values by default, right? So, but if you click here, just switch off the sort order. However, my accounts are still ordered, right? So what I need to do here, I need to say, all right, I want to sort this account by account ID, right? So this is now the custom sort. I just need to move this and move it back. All right. So now everything is sorted exactly as provided here in Excel. So just make sure that you have this order, 1, 2, 3. Just type in your order, right? If you're doing it manually here, or use some sort of formulas, or hopefully you'll be able to link all this not to Excel but directly to your general ledger or much better, data warehouse or some other type of database. Now we've got the order right, but not yet the visualization. So first of all, here on our visual, you can switch the type of chart. All right, for each column, you can switch the type of chart if that's meaningful, right? So in my case, I have a few options here. First of all, if you click once, you get a comparison. So this is the dark one is the actual, and then the gray one behind it is the previous year value, right? So the tooltip shows me both values here, but this is not what I want. I actually want a waterfall chart here. Voila, this is the waterfall chart. So this is the first version. So this will only present the actual waterfall chart, but we do have the other option. If you click once more, Now I get two waterfall charts for actual and for previous year. This is exactly what I want now. All right, now I need to distinguish between different types of calculations here, right? So now the waterfall chart is just adding my elements here because he's completely ignorant, doesn't distinguish between the revenues and costs and the subtotal results and so on. So how to fix this? Simply go here, and now I have product revenue and service revenue, and this totals to the revenue. So what I'll do here is right click and just mark this as a result. All right. So now our visual, the Zebra BI visual, is calculating the results, right? All right. So this is the cost here. So I'll just invert this. So you see, I get a little minus here. Everything is formatted along the way. So the visual does everything. Everything else you just need to mark it. And this will be the service costs, right? And of course, once you mark a row, once you invert one row, then also the colors here will change, right? So my costs, service costs are growing from previous year for 17%, and this is bad, right? So that's why this color here is also inverted, right? Now my gross margin is a result. These are again some expenses here. So just click through your P&L structure. This is a result. I missed that. This is already operating income. This is a result. This is other income on top of operating income, right? So it should be added. And all right, now this is another result. Provisions for income taxes, that's a kind of a, all right, it's kind of a cost here. And my final result, the net income. That's it. We've got ourselves a nice P&L presentation here directly from Excel. And more or less everything is done. If you see a little, if you see here's a, this gray, the grid lines here, this is something that the visual does. It will automatically present, a grid line above each, result and so on. But then on top of that, you have a few more options like here in the chart settings. By default, we have grid lines also on every 5 elements, which you can switch off here for the P&L. So now you've got only the grid lines above the results. And that's more or less it. You will see that Zebra BI Visual will decide for certain values that they are, if they are really big, if they stand out, it will automatically limit the value, but display the right value. So the growth here is 35%, but it's an outlier, so that's why it's marked like this, and cut so that that other elements are still visible here. And the last thing that I want to do here is just take care of my labels. All right, so by default, like in Power BI elsewhere, each value is presented. So for example, if it's a big value, it will be presented in millions, while this one is presented in K. All right, so you need to be careful with this. And you also always have these MK symbols here, but you can completely control this in our visuals. So if you check out the data labels settings, you will see that this is only one option here. You can switch to thousands and control the number of decimals places. Then you can decide where to show this unit, the km and billions and so on. By default, it's inside the labels, but you can move that to the title, which I personally think is better, because it results in cleaner visualization. So now I have everything in K, and this K is not repeated, so it's just a little less redundancy here. And actually this one, I'd probably present it in millions and one decimal place, and that's it.